Well, hello everyone. Here I show you the grade report star. You say coloring activity right here. As you see right here, is for the grade report star is that you see right here is that I went ahead and if I basically all my grade reports right here is if anybody remember whenever they were in school that if you were gotten a good grade, then a lot of times the teachers would put like a star symbol right there, such as say if I start from the left and then to the right and then do like what calls like a shape like that right there. It's like meaning for a star it is. And but basically is that I was thinking about is like knowing about that anybody would probably think about, hey, it's like talking about it's like so far as a star night sky drawing, and of course with the blue it's like other than like what you call it, other star colorings that you may have seen on say on my page it is, and that knowing about the types of details of course I went and drew of course for this for this star it was as knowing about anybody probably think about it is like with the star right here is that knowing about that the types of shapes that normally we would be able to see the stars it is, and then of course you got right here is the round shape, and what I'm gonna go ahead and do is add like what you call it's like the red right here. It's like so far as the outer parts of the star it is. And anybody will probably thinking about that yeah, if it's all about to say the count to say of calculus, like I used to say, anybody would probably think if it's a geometry or calculus, if it's a part of counting about knowing about the different sides and shapes, of course that they come and say on a star. It is it's like if you would actually draw a star, is that knowing about is like how do you get form that that shape that makes it look that round that round type shape you say in the sky. It's like so far as a twinkle twinkle little star and how I wonder what you are, and then anybody would probably think about it, like twinkle twinkle little star, but other than that like talking about like twinkle twinkle little star and so for those typical things that you would normally see on here on maybe like what you call maybe the kids songs or anything like that, but Annette is like talking about is like we say is like for the stars it is that if you want to go ahead and add you say some I'll go ahead and use right here is like what you call is like the orange, I think orange and yellow color right here. Go ahead and use the and then go ahead and start with one side. Anybody probably thinking about is like yeah that so far as talking about is if you want to draw that perfect star you say in the sky it is, and then knowing about you'll come to a good starting point. If you have right here is the different shapes you say you got the rectangular type shapes at about right here it is, and just put it like what's got is like a blend of orange you say on both sides right here, and then like just a little bit you say on and say in the center it is, and then from there and then add the yellow at about right here. And anybody will probably thinking about that yeah that maybe it just takes too much time. It's like so far with time it's like knowing about with the amount of time that you have right here, and of course with the number of counts. Anybody will probably thinking about that yeah I don't want to do my homework because I don't have time for it. I don't want to do it permanent. You complete. I don't want to do it. And then yeah, I don't want to do it at all. I don't have time to do my homework. It is, but anybody would probably think about with most parents it is that knowing about whenever I would do my homework, a lot of times I would either see that if there was like what you call is like maybe a type of smiley face that you see on your work, it's like so far as it's for a good job, and a lot of the times the teachers would put something like say a smiley face on the grade report it was is like knowing about so for a nice work or something like that, or star or any type of happy face or anything like that. But the way I think about it, I'm like that yeah go ahead and you got right here so, and then go ahead and add the purple right here, and the purple would represent like so far as talk about it's like you got that this that if you want to add like what you call it's like maybe you say a little drawing say of space, you say if you want to add like a little bit of details you say of space, but other than that you have right here is that just for the Gray Report star is knowing about whenever I was working this, I was thinking about, oh, do I want to go ahead and do say another sequel to say coloring of Star Night Sky drawing or anything like that, or go ahead and just talk about basically the similar thing of I could say with the stars. And I could probably tell anybody here that with most coloring sequels that I do, that basically is like shows. It's like yeah, that what does it usually mean to anybody watching? I'm like, if I do another sequel and that knowing about that talk about is like maybe more ideas or anything like that. But on the other hand too, that knowing about I do enjoy it and like any ideas I do come up with. But on the other hand too, that knowing about that with whatever ideas and so far with whoever wants to see what it is knowing about anybody who probably thinking about that they can let me know later on as they go to my page next time. It's like what you think want to see. But one thing of course that I like putting on a lot of times on these colorings, of course, if you have like what you call like your planet Earth right here, and then of course if you have like the moon, I guess the moon would be at about I would say at least a few maybe about I don't know about just I would say we call that about 4,000 or so yards or so, something like that. Yeah, it's like so far away from planet Earth, and of course you got right here is Earth at about right here it is. But basically that you have right here is that with the star it is you got right here is the star. And anybody who probably thinking about that with the Star Night Sky drawing or anything like that, like yeah, go ahead and add some details right here for the star. And so far anybody who ask me, it's like what does for your definition for say for the meaning of the word say for star, it is that the basic star is that the kind that maybe you can draw, the kind that makes you feel important it is. And anybody who probably thinking about that yeah, with most stars, with the real ones, other than if they were to be made out of like what you call like a type of gas inside of in space it is. Some people that may look at them, it's like you say it's like you look at them and make a wish and keep that in mind. I don't know if anybody has ever seen that, like that movie, The Rocket Man or anything like that, to where that, anybody would probably think about that they look at the stars and maybe pick out one and give it a name, etc., etc. It is. But basically, the whole part, I guess you say, if it is like with the star, you got right here is the shapes right here. And so far as the count of like which calls like on calculus, or maybe for the holidays, it is the count of calculus. About each shape that may more likely represent. It's like that time of the year to where that something good's gonna happen. You're gonna come home with a good Gray Report, whichever it is. But already into the knowing about it's like right here is like with the star it is. Got right there is the star, and then of course add right there is a little bit orange right here for it's like the detail. It's like so far as knowing about it, it's like if you want to make it look like gold type color or anything like that. But other than that, it's like for Star Night Sky drawing, or if it's which calls like the Gray Report star it is. The Gray Report is like talking about is like look I'm a good boy, look what I can do. But other than that, is talking about a lot of teachers would probably say about for good job or anything like that. But on the other too, that knowing about anybody would probably think about is like be specific, man. The whole point about a star is knowing about, does that mean that that you did good talking about this, or you did good talking about that? But anybody would probably think about, if my homework were involved anything such as related to a camcorder or any type of recording device, then I would probably think about that. Yeah, that knowing about is like that the type of a, if we can maybe think of a the type of shape for the star is knowing about for each side, each side presents that that part of the story. Of the story, about about our education. Other than that, it's like talking about so far as that part of the story is knowing about anybody probably thinking about that the yep, it's like talking about if you want to give your one side a certain color, it is that part of the story. Could be it's like whenever I was a kid and then whenever I was growing up, it was. But other than that, it's like talking about right here is talking about the grade. The grade report star is talking about a star is represents like for good luck and so far as good work. Other than that, it's like talk about with the grade report.